All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Muffaverse. I'm a Falk, and this is the fourth race from Season 5, Division 1 from PlayStation and FRS. Sorry I'm a little late today. My rig wasn't really connecting, not sure why, and I hope everything goes well. I hope you can see everything, and I hope that you can also hear me. Otherwise, I'm just speaking here by myself, so let's see. Cool. Some notes very quickly before we start the qualifyings. We have only 12 drivers racing. Not everybody could really join our PS races today, so it's not exactly the full quorum, but we're still good. Mako managed to join as well. He said he wouldn't be able to, but he actually did it, which is great. So, welcome, Mako. And here we are. Here we are. Time for the short quali, and after that we'll go to 50% of a race, so 22 laps in Spa-Francorchamps. I won't try myself saying all the turns, all the names, but I'll do my best to commentate as much as I can from the race, and I hope that we have nice battles. The Xbox divisions, they were quite nice, quite intense, and the battles were very, very cool. So let's see how we go, and let's see how the PlayStation lads also do. So good luck to everybody. And let's wait for the first driver to go track. All right, seems everybody is now trying to just finish their setups to go out. Dry qualifying, which is great. Hey, Darren. So we have 22 laps for this race, short quali, and from there, I believe we'll have lots of action, lots of things happening. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being here. If you all can hear me, please just drop a comment on the comment section for me, just to be sure that everything is working. And please just cope with me because nothing was really working. We may have a McLaren coming out, so we have Bonhomme going to track first. Brilliant, thank you, LC Fighter. Appreciate it. Appreciate notice, the notice. We have also Mittens coming out. And we have also Furionics coming on track. So let's follow up Bonhomme first. I'll then just drop to Mittens to see how he goes. And then I'll also go to Bonhomme, to Furry to follow up on the McLaren. For those that don't really know the Belgium Grand Prix, at least in the game, we have some killer curbs that every time that we try to accelerate on them, they just push us out of track and make us spin. It is not good, but it makes really a very nice spectacle for everybody watching. Okay, Bonhomme is getting to the middle of the track. Mittens actually got out before Bonhomme and I missed it, so I'm sorry. Let's not follow Mittens. He just opened his lap, getting to El Rouge. Seems going very flat. Just go with him for a bit to see how he goes. He purples the first sector. Of course, he's the first one on track, so it makes total sense. pretty much everybody's going out already. Mitten seems to have everything under control. Purple second sector, getting out to the final sector of this circuit. My guess is that he will get a time around 145, 144 high. Last chicane, accelerating the last straight, and he closes it 144 high. Let's now go to Bonhomi, that is also entering the third sector to close his lap. Getting to the final chicane and closing his lap in 1:43.480. So he went actually better than Mittens. Good for the Ferrari. I'll now go to Furionics, that he is also closing lap. From there, I'll just move to Dante so he can follow up on everything that he is doing. So Furry just got P2. Dante closing his lap on P5 now. He actually gets P1, which is great. Well done, mate. Let's follow Old English now. So Old English last quali was a P12. I believe he actually went for his best race this season, that was Azerbaijan, so last one, where he finished P3. And I believe he has everything to really bring some solid points to Ferrari today. Oh, sorry guys, changed my mistake here. So English closing his first lap, getting the provisionary P4. Dante gets P1, and we will then follow up a little bit on Marcos. He was a surprise today. He said he possibly wouldn't really make it, but he is a very good contestant for P1 to win the race. And who's actually... Well, Furionics is just very slow there. Not sure if something happened or if he's just waiting for someone to pass by. There's no one coming. But anyway, let's go back to Marco. Alright, so Marco just invalidated the lap. Won't really make any effect here. But in any case, we still have Abu that has not really set any time. And we also have Cosmo that is now opening his first lap. He's getting to Rouge. I am really ready to see some spins when climbing this hill, lads, because we had shambles in other races over the weekend, and I don't expect anything different, to be honest. I do think that we will have some stuff happening. Let's just follow on Mako. So Mako really has aborted his lap because he validated it. We will now follow up on Cosmo's time here. Cosmo finished the last race in 5th. And he was actually, well, he was doing very, very nicely there in Baku. He gained up position in that race at the time, so he started at P6, but he didn't really get to his best finish that was in Australia in the first race of the season. Hopefully he will do better now. And yeah, cheering for him. Getting on to the last chicane. Closing his first lap in 1:45, so getting P10 for now. Not really a good lap. But we don't really have anything else to say by now because it's his first lap on this quali with 8 minutes to go. We have now Dante, Bonhomme, Furry. Oh, Dante just pulled out. Maybe waiting for Furry to get by, that's fine. Furry is now trying to get his time a little better, see if he gets a little higher really in the positions for the start. Furry did not finish last race, which was something really bad because he qualified very nicely. He qualified in P5 for Baku. So in the end it was something really unexpected. Sorry, he actually finished in P10. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Apologize, but he did have a very nice quality, and he didn't finish very well. That's massive there. Go up a little bit to Mahomey that has just purpled first sector. Sorry, the second sector. He is now holding P3 for the moment. And in space, it seems that he will either remain in P3 or get to P2 or P1. It will be a very nice fall. Bonhomme has just held a P2 for now, with 5 minutes to go, 5.5 minutes to go. Oh, and Furry Onyx has spun. Oh no, that's killer. That is not good for him. But he's still classifying P4, which is great, and he still has time to take another shot. I'll just get to Mako here because Mako is in the pretty same point as Furry, and he has not set time yet. Abu has not come out from the pit, which is something interesting. Possibly he will just hold and start in P12. Might be something safer for him. Mako has just purpled the second sector. Gets into space. He will hold one of the first 3 positions. Let's just go with Mako for the last part of this lap. Through the last chicane. And Mako holds P1 with the best time so far, of course. So well done, very nice lap, Mako. Breshinikas is now also coming to try another lap. And I'll hold here a little bit with Mittens that has opened his lap just for now. Yeah, correct, LC Fighter. So Aston Martin holding P1 and P2. It is quite good for them. And Aston Martin is really leading the Division 1 championship for now. They have 82 points in the Constructor Championship. And McLaren is 28 points behind them. So Bonhomme is racing alone, whilst Mako and Dante are really summing up points for Aston more and more. Silent Banshee has not joined today. Possibly he couldn't really make it. But anyway, it just helps ensuring some nice points for Aston Martin in the end. Hey there, Oba Mendes. Avanti Ferrari. That's what I can tell. Oba Mendes is also a teammate from Ferrari. He plays in PC. So he's cheering up for Mittens and Old English, of course, as I am doing today. Alright, so Old English gets into the last chicane and he has just aborted his lap. Sorry. Old English is coming here also for a hot lap, but Mittens has just aborted his lap. Alright, Habs, LC Fighter, don't fight, please. Don't fight. You guys had some very nice laps, some very nice battles. I was watching you, and it was really, really brilliant. With 2 minutes to go, Old English is coming out to try his last lap, possibly. Let's go on board with him to see how he goes. Old English secures P8 for these last 2 minutes of the race. Cosmo is also on his hot lap, trying to improve his time here and see if he gets a little up on the classification. Archduke Oregano has moved to P4, which actually makes a P4 and P5 Alpine. Sorry, Robin actually is from. Oh, Archduke Oregano has DNF'd. What happened there? So Robin is actually from Red Bull. Brashnikas and Archduke Oregano are from Alpine. Apologize for that. Let's go with Cosmo for the last part here in this sector 3. LC Fighter says, can you let PS know they need to be careful on pit entry? Everybody needs to be careful on pit entry, LC Fighter. Pit entry for Spa is quite narrow. It's not really easy. Cosmo has closed his lap now and he's granted P10, so he doesn't really have time to get to a better lap. Of course, his tires are just a little deteriorated. Guy has opened his lap. Let's go with the AlphaTauri here to see how he goes. He has not really classified as good as he can by now, but I'm pretty sure that he will get a little up in the positions here. And Hab say, I hate to say it, Xbox was faster. I don't really want to get into the discussions, but go through the comments if you want to argue before we start between PS and Xbox being faster. Be my guest, lads. I'll love to read the comments. Alright, so Marco has now granted P1, Dante P2, and Bonhomme P3 by now. Archduke Oregano closing the second row in P4. He has DNF'd somehow, and I missed it, unfortunately. But let's go and let's see how Guy CPFC will do. I believe he still has chances to really go a little up. And he actually pulled up. Cosmo seems to still be trying to get better. Alright, I like what I read. So we all agree console is best, says LC Fighter, and Habs actually confirmed, yep, no need to argue here. Amen that, my brothers, amen that. I won't argue with that. Cosmo has taken and has lifted his foot. Robin has granted P3, so he moves up in the starting order. which is good to him. And we basically have just finalized our qualifying by now. So positions are granted on P1 for Mako, P2 for Dante, P3 for Robin, P4 Bonhomi, Archduke P5, Varionyx P6, Rashnikas P7, Old English P8, Mittens P9, so Guy on P10, Cosmonautic P11, and Abu has not set time, so he will start in the back of the grid in P12. I have news saying that we have a wet race ahead of us. So good luck, chaps. Good luck, everybody. I am really praying that I don't have a wet race in front of me. But yeah, let's see how everybody goes. Everybody starting on softs. Well, not softs because we'll have a wet race, so possibly wet tires. Um, and it will still be a very nice race. I'm sorry, LC Fighter. I have to disagree. It's not good news for who's racing, but it's good news for us when watching. We all know that a wet race is way more exciting than a dry race. But let's hope that maybe we have a mixed weather race. Maybe we can have also dry race in the end, perhaps. Just passing along a message that we had on our Discord, lads. Nobody wins the race on T1. Everybody just loses the race on T1. So be careful, be mindful, and let's try to have this race without too many DNFs. All right. Good luck, everybody. Really hope that everybody can finish the race. All right, just confirmed by Robin, full wet race. Yeah, I'll say I have mixed feelings because again, watching a wet race is always a nice thing, but running and racing in the wet environment is not good at all, especially for us that are not well trained in Division Two. Um, anyway, at least not to me. I have some chaps, some lads there that are racing way better than me, way more consistent. But way to go. Let's see. So second to go. Formation laps to start in a bit. And excitement taking over. Yeah, Mako seems on the formation lap already to have some issues on controlling his car. They are all going with intermediates apparently. Let me just put. Yes, they are all going with intermediates. No one going on full wet tires. There may be a chance that someone tries to go as much as possible with the intermediate one, so nobody really tries to undercut anyone. There's no obligation of holding a tire or two, just going with different strategies, ensuring that everybody can finish the race. So it will be quite exciting. I'll leave the position change for us here right at the beginning because I believe we may have some things happening. It's quite a nice thing to see the Aston Martin holding most of the first positions on the grid in qualifying so far. They are doing very well. Mako has been very consistent, so he took pole in the last race and he also won the race, which was quite impressive. And Dante, he started on P3, but he lost one position specifically. This P4 in Azerbaijan in Baku was his best finish in season 5. But yeah, it's impressive to see how those guys are being very consistent really for the first 3 races. and of course the quality of race 4. Right, so everybody getting to the grid again. We may have folks going with a one-stop strategy only, but we can have also two stoppers. It would really depend on how everybody goes and how everybody thinks on the race. Abiu has now just stopped. He didn't even try to qualify. And let's see now, so 5 red lights coming up. Cosmo has just jump started, so he has a drive-through penalty. Mako has gotten a very nice start. Robin is already trying to take P2 from Dante. Right at the beginning, and he succeeds, but Dante is taking it back. We have a yellow flag now, so Mittens has just TNF'd. Oh god, T1 has taken stall already. Mako has gotten a drive-through penalty as well. That's why he has actually such a nice advantage. Oh wow. Let me just go back here because in the middle of the pack we have some possible battles coming up already. Furionyx is taking very carefully those turns. Dante has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC. Oh god. This will change completely the race panorama so far. Furionyx has overtaken Old English. Went a little wide there, and Old English managed to get back. I'll get back here just robbing, getting close to Dante. He will definitely just get P1 now because those guys will have to get, they'll have to pay the drive-through. Homie and Old English are closing the gap. Abiu is trying to get on Furionyx at any cost. Onyx has just went wide again. This is not looking good for Onyx. Mako went in to pay his drive-through. Dante stayed out apparently. And Cosmo has also gone in to pay this drive-through. Right, in 5 laps we may have, we may see people starting to stop already, but let's see. That is coming for Robin. No DRS will be available in this race because of rain, of course, but still. Dante has just purpled the first sector. Habs has said Aston shambles. I will have to agree. I'll have to agree. Possibly the wet race just got on people's nerves because 3 drive-throughs, pretty much in the first lap. This is this is quite something right at the beginning. We can see that Marco is in P9 now. Cosmo is right behind him, 16 seconds behind him, but it is something that if he managed to close the gap a little bit to Marco, they may get to the top positions. Guy is now closing the gap to Brashnikas. approaching very carefully. And we may have something happening in the chicane. Right, not really. Guy has just lifted. Okay, so Brashnikas went in. Not sure if he has any kind of damage or something, or he's just going in for wets. Abil has just placed the fastest lap so far, 158 low. And he's coming for Old English. Hold on there, Ferrari. Hold on there, English. Please, come on. P6 by now. We still have 19 laps to go. Abil has gotten a position from Old English, so now P7 for Old English, P6 for Abil. Archduke Oregano on P3, coming to Dante. Brashnikas has overtaken Cosmo as well, so now Cosmo is in P10, Brashnikas in P9, but still way behind Mako. Mako seems to be increasing his pace to climb the sheet as much as possible before another stop. Dante does not seem to be closing the gap to Robin anyhow. It might be that he's not even trying to. But the race started quite exciting already. Lots of change, 3 drive-thrus, 1 DNF of the first lap. Mako is coming for Old English. This will be quite a nice battle here. English went very wide, and Mako has gotten him. Dante just went in to pay his drive-through. So now we have Robin leading the race, Archduke Oregano in P2, Bonhomme in P3. Mako is now P6. After his drive-through, he's actually climbing very nicely. I'm pretty sure that we have some lads that are in the chat now that are quite happy with it. Abius seems now to be closing the gap to Guy. I'm not quite sure he can manage this overtake right now. Baryonyx is now in P11 and he has a 3-second penalty. Dante has also gotten a 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And this is Spa under rain, lads. Oba Mendes just said Mako will be P1 by lap 10. Guy is on another level. I have to agree. Mako is quite a driver, and if I'm not mistaken, he's playing on pads. He doesn't even race on a wheel. So imagine this lad racing with a Fanatec rig or something. It would be just unstoppable. Mako is now coming to Abiu. Abiu really cannot hold Mako because he's really climbing with everything that he's got. And he's also closing the gap to Guy. Archduke Oregano gets the fastest lap of the race. But Mako takes it away, so 156 low. This race is quite something. We have a yellow flag, so Furry Onyx. Oh, Furry. Is it there, lad? Is it there? Almost getting to the wall. Just get back here to Mako, but also to Archduke Oregano that he's trying to get Robin at all cost. Ferry possibly got some wing damage or something, because if he went in for tires on the 5th lap, it doesn't really make sense. Tate has gotten another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. So track limits are really also charging some penalties and some time for the lads here. I'll just get back to Mako. He is the one closing the gap now to Guy. I'm believing more and more in Oba Mendes on this prediction. Mako is climbing very nicely, getting very close to the podium by now. Of course, with 17 laps to go, we still have to look into it, but that's a very nice race. Mako going in on the Guy in the chicane. He doesn't make a move, but he's still very, very close. Let's just take a ride with Mako. See his move on T1, going in the inside, and Mako gets P4. What a move! What a move! Well done, Mako. A textbook move there. Abiu has gotten a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings as well, and the penalties are starting to pile up now. Seems the battle will just stay in the middle here for a while. Archduke Oregano seems to be very consistent, around 1 second behind Robin, so he won't try any moves. And the Guy will have to increase his pace to get to Mako, otherwise he will just remain in P5 for a while. And meanwhile, Mako is taking out time. He is decreasing his gap. He is closing the gap to Monhomi very, very hard. He is now below 3 seconds. And the race has no movements by now. Onis has gotten another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, so he has now an accumulated of 6 seconds of penalties to pay. Mako is sitting around 2.5 seconds behind Monhomi. He has now just gotten the fastest lap of the race again, 1:55. He is closing the gap in an amazing pace. It is quite nice to see now. So 2 seconds behind Monhomi. He was 1 second more, so he was 3 seconds behind Monhomi in the last lap. This guy's a machine, come on. I'll move a little bit here towards Luke Oregano to see if he gets to close the gap and make a move Robin. But it seems that he is actually more worried on being consistent and not spinning, which is fair, by the way. Spa and the reigns quite brutal. Let's take a ride here very quickly with Mako, because he is increasing his pace and he's getting close to Monhomi. You can see that Monhomi might be struggling a little bit on the braking points in the last turns, because Mako just managed to get to 1.2 seconds gap behind Monhomi. Depending on how late Monhomi or how early Monhomi will brake at the chicane now, Mako will definitely manage to get him by a whoosh. Archduke Oregano is now very close to Robin. Let's follow this up before getting back to Mako. Furry has gotten another 5-second penalty for multiple warnings. Robin has defended Archduke Oregano very nicely. But here's still the time that we may have the overtake happening. Archduke Oregano has gotten P1 from Robin. That was an amazing overtake. I'll just get back to Mako here because Mako is coming to Bonhomme on the first chicane of the circuit. And indeed it seems that Mako has a faster pace than Bonhomme. Mako is just P3 now. Oh Lord, what a race. Getting back to Mako, so he is around 3 seconds behind Robin. Robin is coming towards Archduke Oregano with everything that he has now, trying to get P1 back. But it still seems that Mako is getting a very nice increase on his time and closing the gap to Robin, so he's 2.4 seconds behind Robin. Aussie Fighter says he's not even waiting for good overtaking places, just passing wherever he wants. True, that's true, and now we have DRS enabled. That is something. Apparently the track is starting to dry up a little bit. Has anyone tried to go to slicks already? No, no one did. Mako is actually doing so right now. That was a brilliant move from him. If he manages to really hold his car in place with this light wet track, he will actually make some master move here. He's now P4 under mediums. Bonhomme went in, Guy as well, Old English, Dante and Brashnikas. All of them are actually going for mediums. And this will be quite something, because I do believe that Archduke Oregano and Robin will also go for slicks. Oh my god, what a race! What a race, really! I have to hold here, because Mako will have to try something. Because definitely we'll have Abi, Robin and Archduke Oregano going in to go with slicks. Oh Lord. That was truly unexpected. I'll just go with it on board because this is quite a chase now. So the first 3 drivers, they are approaching the last chicane and the pit entrance. We have Furry Onyx DNFing, Archduke Oregano went in, Robin is coming behind him, Abius seems to be going in as well, and we have Mako coming to the last chicane. Okay, it seems the track's a little wet there, so Mako's just trying not to spin. Archduke Oregano surprisingly goes with softs. And Archduke Oregano gets out in front of Mako on softs. Safety car is in now. Furry Onyx has actually helped a lot the back of the track. The back of the pack, sorry. Archduke Oregano won't really manage to hold Mako that long because he went for softs. Softs here will take around 5 to 6 laps to get very deteriorated. So yeah, not sure how this will play out. But as long as Mako goes with his medium tires now, And Archduke Oregano really opens an ice gap, which I'm not quite sure he will manage to because the track seems to be a little wet. Yeah, let's see. So Dante has 9 seconds of penalties still. Abu 3 seconds. Furionyx had his 9 seconds as well, but he DNF'd now. I'm quite curious to understand what happened. And apparently Furry just spun at Eau Rouge because it was looking dry. But anyway, it's not good. It's not good. Old English. Oh yeah. So looking in the comments, apparently he went just with intermediates, and possibly this was really a misclick, because he possibly thought about going with hards. That is not good at all because he will have to go in again to ensure that he gets slick tires. Otherwise, his pace will be just too bad to keep up. Bonhomme has gotten 5-second penalty because of a severe collision with Guy. It seems Bonhomme will have to go in, or not really. No, his wings seem alright. The safety car possibly will go in the next lap. And we'll have again a very, very different race. So not full wet, mixed weather. That's what I'm talking about, lads. That's what we want to see. Chaos. As promised in the beginning, shambles all around. That's what we have so far. But a brilliant race from Mako. And the perfect strategy so far. This DRS being enabled right when he was coming to the pit lane. It was the pit entrance. It was just amazing. It was just perfect timing. Okay, so the standings by now at lap 11. So Archduke Oregano holding P1, Mako P2, Robin P3, Bonhomme P4, Guy 5, Abu on 6th, Rashinikas on 7th, Old English on 8th, Dante 9th, Cosmo 10th, and Furry and Mittens DNF'd by now. Archduke Oregano is on softs, Mako is on mediums, Robin is also on mediums. So I presume that Archduke Oregano will go with a constant pace, but not as fast as he can, because if he just kills his tires, going with softs will be just not the best strategy possible. But he may be also relying on another safety car. That can happen, and if it does, it could be a good strategy for him as well. Going on softs now and maybe behind safety car, just getting softs again by the end of the race. Safety car is going in this lap, and it will be quite a restart. Quite a restart. Bonhomme is keeping a very long distance from Robin, but yeah. Archduke Oregano holding the pace and holding the pack very nicely. I hope T1 is just as clean as they were, as it was when they started the race, really. Because otherwise, there will be shambles all around. So Archduke Oregano has increased the pace now, so he's restarting. Mako's getting very close. And here we go, we're racing again. Guy has dropped 2 positions. Old English is now P7. hasn't gone in, of course, so he's still on intermediates. Brashnikas and Guy went for intermediates as well. So the track might be too wet yet for dries. That is quite something. So Habs asking, is more rain expected? Not quite sure, mate. Not quite sure, but I can tell that 3 drivers just went in, and Old English actually didn't pit to change his tires, so he may be relying on some spins now. The first information that we had was a full wet race, but with DRS coming in, not sure, we'll still have to see. Guy is coming very close to Brashnikas. He cannot make a move. But they are on intermediates, and if the track is still wet, what seems actually that's happening, they may have the advantage after all. Abiu is coming for Robin. They're both on dry tires. Abiu is on soft, so he is a little quicker than Robin. But he just locked up. This will not be something good. So both Robin and Abiu had gone in. Oh, everybody went in. And apparently the track is not dry yet. Which is a brilliant move. Look to Old English. He is now P1. What happened? Oh Lord, that's just brilliant. That is just awesome. Because Old English has now opened an interval of 8 seconds to Archduke Ragnar. Oh Lord. Dude. Old English is a genius, really. I have to agree, Habs. I have to agree. Maybe his Jeff is actually giving him some very nice advice, and that's possibly why he has not pitted and he's still on intermediates. Look at that. He's 8 seconds in front of everybody. Bonhomme has now a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. God, that is such an awesome race. Oh my god. Comment from LSC Fighter. Habs being fired from engineering. I don't want to really put my 2 cents there, but it seems so. It seems so. And now everybody's just apologizing with Old English because he just played a master move here. If he goes conservative now and really don't make any mistake at all, he may just got in the race. Oh god, it seems amazing. I want to go with Brashnikas here and see if the DRS will open, because I didn't see the message of DRS not being enabled anymore. It just went with a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, but still, this is quite something. What a change of events. Mako is closing the gap to Archduke Oregano again, so with the next 2 laps we may have Mako getting P2, but still. Yeah, no DRS anymore. DRS is fully deactivated. So it seems that we have wet race again. Oh man, really. Commentating those races from Div 1 has just been a joy. All these events is just amazing. Abu is coming very close to Robin. He still has his 3-second penalty, so even though he tries to get P4, he won't really finish the race on that if the race finishes as is. And by now, Old English P1, Archduke Ragnar P2, Macon P3, And yeah, Mako seems to to be getting close to Archduke Oregano now, but it's still in a not fast pace as he was before. Archduke Oregano is also apparently getting close to English. He has taken really 2 seconds um, out of his gap, so he's closing the gap to Old English. Mako is now 1 second behind Archduke Oregano, so it seems that we'll have some changes in the first two, in P2 and P3 very quickly. And yeah, so far, nothing really more that we can say, but still be amazed with these events and what happened. That's amazing. The guy is 2 tenths faster than Brashnikas when closing in lap 14th. Abiu is now also getting close to Robin again. Not sure he'll manage to make any moves. And still, Mako and Oregano and Archduke are coming close to Old English. Like they're really closing the gap, but slowly. Which means that Old English is with a very, very calm and tranquil life now. At least for now. Let's take some ride with Mako here a bit. See his point of view closing the gap to Archduke Ragnar. The expectations were true, really. Wet race, top to bottom. Yeah, the gap's closing. I'll just go with Brashnikas and Abiu for a while again. This battle seems to be getting hot. We may have some movements from P4 to 6 at the moment. Abiu seems to have lifted his foot a little bit from throttle when completing a push. But he's still close to Robin. Mako is now half second close to Archduke Ragnar. His POV here will be amazing to follow now. Any early breakings from Archduke Ragnar will just hand over easily to Mako P2. Mako seems to be a little conservative, of course, because any spin here will just completely destroy his race. We may have an overtake coming in the last chicane. No, Mako just goes very, very easy here. But he manages to get very close to Archduke Ragnar, and Archduke Ragnar almost loses his car. He almost spun here, and they can now see Old English. Mako tries to play the textbook overtake again, and he doesn't get it. seems to be having some issues getting Archduke Ragnarok. Archduke Ragnarok is defending like a lion. Oh man, what a battle. Abio has gotten a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, so he's getting now to 6 seconds, which means that if he finishes now as is, he will drop to P7 most likely. We have now 5 laps to go. If Old English manages to hold this gap of 4 seconds to Archduke Ragnarok, or at least something like that, he will really back this win. And it would be a solid win and a brilliant win after all, because it is insane what he has done. Oba Mendes mentioned like his, Old English is clearly ahead of his time and of our time. Come on, really, looking what he did now, it was just a masterpiece. It's insanely good. Come on. I'll go back a little bit to Abio Brashnikas and Robin. They're not exactly changing anything, but they're keeping pressure on them, and a mistake can happen. So the gap's closing. I just said, if Archduke Ragnarok really stays behind Old English in a constant pace, and not close the gap, Old English may have backed this win. But it seems that he is really trying to go conservative, and that he's trying really to secure his win, not spinning or making a mistake. But this can also be a mistake. He's being too careful. It can be something bad for him, because in 2 seconds, 4 laps to go, he needs to focus, and he needs to go out, really. He needs to increase the pace a little bit, because we can see from here, Old English is already on Archduke Ragnar's side. And this is never something good. Archduke Ragnar is going and getting closer. He has just closed a little bit more the gap to Old English. That's what a race, and the race is not closed yet. Come on. Spa is just full of surprises. Oh, and Archduke Ragnar has lost traction a little bit, but nothing really something that compromises his race. Mako remains in half a second behind Archduke Ragnar, not really closing the gap. He's getting to it, but he's not really taking Archduke Ragnar as he would have done before. And Old English needs really to be careful, but still put some throttle there. Alright, quite exciting. 3 laps to go. Now, if everything ends this way, P1 for Old English, P2 for Archduke Ragnar, and P3 for Mako. I am almost speechless. 3 laps to go. Archduke Oregano is less than a second behind Old English, and Mako is also getting close because he's half second behind of Archduke Oregano. This race and this battle is not over. Let's go with Mako's point of view here because Archduke Oregano made a little mistake here. He's going to the inside, and Archduke Oregano defends very, very well. He doesn't open the inside for Mako. And look at this POV, lads. Nobody thought that Old English would be that close to P2 and P3 when he played this masterpiece of going with intermediates when everybody else went with dries. Mako's making a move on Archduke Oregano. Archduke Oregano, oh, they go very, very close. And Archduke Oregano went outside, but he defends Mako. Mako has just gotten P2 from Archduke Oregano. Not quite sure if this move was fully legal, because I couldn't see the full point of view, but now that's quite something, because Mako has a pace which is slightly faster than Archduke Oregano, and he's second behind Old English. So, with 2.5 laps to go, the race is still open, and I don't know what to think anymore. Come on. And yeah, for the record, I am openly rooting for Old English. I want this P1 for Ferrari, and with his moves, he deserves a win. Mako is now half second behind Old English. Mako is going to make a move on Old English on T1. I'll go with his point of view. They go very close. Old English breaks a little bit early. He didn't try really the move on T1, but he's coming for a whoosh. He's 2 tenths behind Old English. And he goes for the move on Old English. He gets P1, so Mako gets P1 on Old English. Old English is now P2, 2 tenths behind Mako. And Bonhomie has spun on T1. Nothing serious. Old English is now half second behind Mako, still holding P2 with a lap and a half to go. But Archduke Oregano is coming close, so 4 tenths behind Old English. And as it stands now, by now, Mako P1, Old English P2, Archduke Oregano P3, this is still open. Robin on P4, he is being very consistent on P4 now. Abiu P5 with 6 seconds of penalty. Brashnikas P6 with 3 seconds of penalty, which will drop in at least 1 position below. Guy on P7, no penalties. This will definitely move him up to P5 if he keeps this gap of more than 3 seconds to Brashnikas. Dante P8 with 9 seconds. This will still hold him on P8, Bonhomie P9, and Cosmo on P10. The gap from Mako to Old English has just increased, so 1.4 seconds. Archduke Oregano is coming very close to Old English, trying to take P2 at all cost. Getting to the last lap, Old English and Archduke Oregano lost a little traction there, but they're still alive. Nobody spun. Abiu is coming to Robin. And T1, he doesn't make a move. But he may get P4 from Robin in a bit. Archduke Oregano is attacking Old English. And he has just overtaken Old English. So Old English is getting P3 now. This might be the order that we close the race. But still, nothing really is closed. What a race. What a race. Full of changes, full of movements. Strategies playing around very brilliantly. All English strategy was just perfect. It is a shame that he could not really hold P1, but he's still doing very, very well. Old English has gained 5 positions, so he's starting in P8, which is just amazing for him. Mako is now approaching the middle of sector 3, getting to the end of the race. So let's take a ride here with Mako. I agree, Habs, I agree. It was a perfect race for Old English, regardless of P1, but he is really packing this solid P3. Mako has won in a perfect race as well. Archduke Regno P2, Old English P3. Robin will close the race now in P4. Abiu P5, Brashinikas P6. But Guy has just been promoted to P6, so Abiu P6, Brashinikas P7. Dante P8. Bonhomi will close the race now in P9. And Cosmo will be confirmed in P10. Lads, that was an outstanding race. That was amazing. Well done, everybody. Well done, all the drivers. Well done, Mako, for this P1. He started in P1, he closed the race in P1. But well done, Old English. That was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely outstanding. Abiu has gotten driver of the day. That is indeed well deserved because of the entire race, of course. And really, I am fully happy for Ferrari. Not really happy with Mittens not completing the race, but it happens. Wet race is never something good enough for us to drive. But that was an outstanding race. Really brilliant. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. Thank you very much for following up. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch for all the Sundays that I am broadcasting everything. Appreciate the feedback, and thank you very much. Thank you very much, Hova. I really liked your comment. Kind of a Brazilian joke, but yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And stay tuned. I'll be back for the Division 2, but I'll be racing, so broadcasting my own point of view. And thank you very much for being here again, guys. Speak to you soon. Bye.